Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation, Dhanasari Mahalla Panjama, Deen Dard Nivar Thakur, Rakhe Janaki Aap, Taran Taran Har Nidh, Dukh Na Sakeh Beaap. So you see how things are turning from the previous Shabad, which was about vulnerability. But here's what has happened. Deen Dard Nivar Thakur, the master, the Har, removes the pain of those who seek it in humility. Deen. And it protects the seeker, the Rakhe Janaki Aap. Taran Taran Har Nid, that Har is a treasure that ferries across that ocean we spoke about in the previous Shabad. It liberates. And because we have clambered aboard the ship of Naam, of Shabad, suffering cannot afflict us. Dukha na sake beap. So humility, being meek, which means being without the ego, especially those who recognize their helplessness, who say that by myself nothing is possible, hamte kishu na hoye, the pain, the anguish that they are feeling is cured, are not afflicted when they reach out to the Har. When your consciousness recognizes its own humility, humble position, Deen, the master principle, Thakur, which is awakened reality, removes that suffering and protects. And that treasure, the Har, the Naam, which liberates, it's found precisely through this humility. And once found, suffering cannot re-establish its grip. Why? Because the ego structure has been dissolved. And so in the Rahao, the central message reads, Sadhu Sang Pajho Gopal, An Sanjam Kichna Suja, Eh Jatan Kaat Kalikal, Rahao. The method, the Guru is telling us how to go about this. He's talking about other practices. What the Guru is saying is that of all the practices, Sadhu Sangha Bhajo Gopal, look to the Guru, the Sadhu, the perfected master. An Sanjam Kichana Suja. All other disciplines will not give you that discernment. Eh Jatan, that is to say, this effort, namely going to the Guru, Kaat, Kalakal, cut through the dark age of strife. So in communion with the Guru. Who is the Guru? In the embodiment of the Sabad, those who are in harmony with Hukam, those whose consciousness is awakened, or in communion with Gurbani itself. It is the Shabad. So when you engage with Gurbani consistently, it is essentially sadhu sang, intimate companionship with awakened wisdom. Bhajo Gopal, so contemplate, worship meaning reflect upon, center your consciousness on what Gurbani tells you. Bhajo, this is the essential practice. This practice alone, with an awakened wisdom, sadhu sang, centering on Gopal, cuts through both the darkness of the age and the suffering that is inherent in temporal existence. All other disciplines, the Guru tells us, miss that point. The next stanza, Aadi ant dayal puran, tis bina nahi koi, janam maran nivar har, jap simran, janam maran nivar har, jap simar swami soe. So Aad Ant Dayal Puran, this is essentially capturing the Aad and Ant, the original one, that is forever merciful, that is complete, and which is the only one. There is nothing else. Tis bina nahi koi. Janam Maran Nivar. It is that one that will remove this fear of birthing and dying over and over again. It's a fear. It's an illusion, but a fear. Contemplate that har forever. So, jap and simmer go hand in hand. This is not mechanical repetition, but a contemplative dwelling. Simran is gnosis, knowing, knowledge. So this removal of birth and death isn't a ritual, but contemplative recognition. So what the Guru is saying, there is only one reality, which is compassionate, which is complete in itself, and which is eternal. When you contemplate this reality, Simran, as gnosis, not as mechanical practice, it will dissolve the illusion of a separate self, dying and birthing. You'll be freed of that illusion. Ved simrati kathe sasat, bhagat kare bichar, mukt paiye sad sangati, binas jaye andhar. Somewhat the same idea. Ved Simrat Kathe Sasat, the Vedas, the Smritis, the oral transmissions, and the scriptures speak. And the devoted ones, the Bhagats, they contemplate and reflect. Mukatapai Sad Sangat, liberation is obtained only through the Guru. And it is through the Guru that Binas Jai Andhar, darkness, vanishes. So essentially what the Guru is saying is that Mukatapai Sadh Sangat, having listed out the study of scriptures, that alone that will accumulate, so to speak, but it is not enough. It is necessary, but not enough. It is only when you are in communion with the Guru. Liberation comes through contemplative practice in the context of communion with awakened wisdom. That's the key. It is this combination that will dissolve darkness. It is validating scriptural tradition, mind you, but it's pointing beyond it. The Vedas, the Smritis, the Shastras may be valuable. They speak to the truth, but their purpose is fulfilled only when their teachings become lived contemplation in a transformative context. And in conclusion, Charana Kamale Adhar Janka Ras Punji Ek Taan Maan Diban Sacha Nanak Ki Prabhatek. What is Nanak's support? Nanak Ki Prabhatek. It is the Prabh, that inner knower, that presence, that is. Taan Maan Diban Sacha. It is Nanak's strength, honor in the true court, meaning the world we are in. Charan Kamal Adhar. Why? Because Nanak made wisdom his support, his capital. So that is what has to happen. For a consciousness that recognizes itself as Jan, as generated, belonging to the source, there is only one wealth, and that is Nam. And all true strength, all honor and authority comes from seeking sanctuary in the reality of this self instead of in one's ego. So you see, there is a progression. There is a recognition of helplessness, and then there is a protective response. And then there is the essential practice of sadh-sangat, not other disciplines. And then the nature of what is contemplated upon in that essential practice. It is the one, the compassionate Har. And then the method is clarified again. Scriptural knowledge by itself is not enough. Contemplation in the company of the Guru will result in embodiment of Prabh. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.